On the news this morning, PDP governors to meet ahead of NEC meeting. President Buhari gives new marching order to service chiefs. Nnamdi Kanu sues federal government, others over alleged violation of his rights. 5 passengers reportedly kidnapped along Bonny-Port Harcourt waterway. On the foreign scene, flooding hits Mexico hospitals, killing 17 patients. I am Ifiemi Andrew. PDP governors will meet today to deliberate on issues affecting the party ahead of its National Executive Committee meeting tomorrow. A statement said Chairman PDP Governors Forum and Governor of Sokoto State Aminu Tambuwal, in consultation with his colleagues, called for an extraordinary meeting of the forum at 3 p.m. The statement said the meeting will discuss party matters and strategies to reposition the PDP ahead of the NEC meeting holding on Thursday. It reassured all PDP members, stakeholders, and the nation at large of the governor's commitment, determination, and loyalty in taking over power from the APC. President Muhammadu Buhari has given a new marching order to all the service chiefs to tackle insecurity, especially in the north. President Buhari gave the directive yesterday when he met with the nation's security chiefs and heads of security agencies at the presidential villa in Abuja. Minister of Defense, retired General Bashir Magashi, addressed State House correspondents after the meeting.
There is something which we don't know, but we are trying to find out why people are not appreciating the effort of government. We have appraised our position. We find that we are capable. We can do this thing, but we need the cooperation of every Nigerian in order to ensure a free society. Security, as far as this country is concerned, is the paramount important thing in this country. Without security, nothing will happen. And the Commander-in-Chief has emphasized this today, that without security, nothing can go. He directed us to find ways, tactics, and styles in which we can get out of this, and we assure him that we'll do our best.
Also speaking, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, said President Buhari charged the security chiefs to deal with the incessant kidnappings, especially in the north.
The constitutional responsibility of government is the provision of security is one and is foremost, and he is ready to provide such. We should reinvigorate our efforts, which are yielding results in the northeast, southeast, but more things to be done in the north central, northwest, where people are worried, and he has intelligence and information that school children and students are abducted, selective abductions and killings are done. This narrative must change. We have assured him and promised him that we'll make effort to do more.
The detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has dragged the federal government to an Abia State High Court over violations of his human rights. The federal government, the Nigerian Army, DSS, and the Nigerian Police are respondents in the suit. Kanu, in an 8-point prayer, wants his fundamental rights to be enforced and, among other things, stop his trial at the Federal High Court in Abuja. His special counsel, Alo Ejimako, in a statement said his client has also asked the court to mandate the respondents to pay the sum of 5 billion naira for the physical, mental, emotional, psychological, and other damages suffered. The next hearing date is set for September 21 in Umuahia. And now to River State. 5 boat passengers have been reportedly kidnapped along the Bonny-Port Harcourt waterway on Monday. Chairman, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Bonny Unit, Henry Jumbo, who confirmed the incident, said 5 out of the 18 boat passengers were taken by the kidnappers. Mr. Jumbo said the remaining 13 passengers were recovered during a search operation on Tuesday.
I'm from Canada. What the council chairman is saying is malicious. I'm close to the media. There is no information pertaining to the 4 local government of Ogoni that we are not going to get the first class of it. So I have not gotten any information that there have been any ban on public gathering. The very position where the occasion was going on.
We apologize for that mix-up there. Moving on, workers at the various ongoing flyover constructions in Port Harcourt abandoned their work yesterday to protest against poor salaries and welfare. The protesting workers marched from Ikoku area to the government house on Azikiwe Road. Some of the protesting workers told our correspondent that their salaries were slashed despite directives from governor for it to be increased. The workers are also asking for allowances.
They are paying us 50,000 naira, sometimes 44,000 naira. We need transport. The engine of Garina is 6,000 naira. With 45,000 naira, what we purchase, and children is there. Nowhere to go school. JBS staff should be paid according to other staffs. In Lagos State, they are giving them transport. Edo State, Abuja, they are giving them transport. Okay, look at the way we are walking like elephants and eat like ants. How much are the best? How much? Less than 5 years. Less than 5 years. Account, LA 2000, I remember from account. LA 2000. So we want them to increase our salary because our salary is too poor.
This is the second time construction workers under the Julius Berger Company will be protesting over poor salaries in Rivers State. A social political pressure group, Network for Defense of Democracy and Good Governance, NDDG, has condemned the attack on members of the Community Development Committee CDC in Kana local government area. Director of Operations NDDGG, Williams Igwe, at a press conference in Port Harcourt, described the action as barbaric. Mr. Igwe said the action was to prevent its leader, Ambassador Sobomabo Jakrich, from participating at the event.
It's very unfortunate that politics in Rivers State has assumed a very dangerous dimension. We therefore condemn this barbaric and uncivilized action. This is not the way to go.
Mr. Igwe also said that the action has vindicated the group on its position that local government chairmen have been directed to disrupt activities of the group.
The distinctly act by Dr. Thomas Bariri has exonerated us on the alarm we earlier raised on July 12, 2021. That there was a clear directive to council chairman, the NDGGG and the KUF and their leader are not fighting the Rivers State government nor any of its counterparts. Our criticisms have been constructive, purely issue-based, and devoid of personal attacks on those in authority. So we urge those with stronger or better arguments to bring their points to the table so as to chart a way forward for their state and country at large instead of the unnecessary intimidation.
Also, some stakeholders from the Ogoni ethnic nationality spoke at the event.
I'm from Kanda. What the council chairman is saying is malicious. I'm close to the media. There is no information pertaining to the 4 local government of Ogoni that we are not going to get the first class of it. So I have not gotten any information that there have been any ban on public gathering.
The very position where the occasion was going on, I made some boys destroying. If the Kanda chairman says that he sends political undertone by the CDCs, is there any part of the constitution that says that it is only a local government chairman that should exercise their political will? The community primary school too, is it the duty of the local government chairman to give permission? Is he the school principal or the headmaster?
Recall that some Kana CDC members accused the council chairman Thomas Bariri of allegedly invading the venue of its planned event with thugs to stop their leader, Ambassador Sobomabo Jakrich, from attending the event. But Dr. Bariri, in his reaction, said groups and organizations within the area should seek approval before organizing any public gathering following renewed killings in the area. Members of Grassroots Development Initiative GDI Worldwide yesterday held a candlelight procession in honor of its former BOT member, late Odiari Princeville. Recall that late Odiari Princeville died on May 27, 2020. Speaking during the event, Chief of Staff, Rivers State Government House, Emeka Woke, described Mr. Odiari Princeville as a dependable man who worked for the success of the New Rivers vision.
Our brother, late Princeville Odiari, is a dependable ally. He's a brother and friend you plan with, he will execute with you, and it is all there with you. Odiari worked with all his heart. He supported our principal, His Excellency Ezenwanye Sonwike. So if we want to say we want to launch Odiari's legacy, we want to launch a foundation. Foundation is not only in monetary aspect. We must also propagate those things, those ideas that Odiari believed in. And what are those things? Odiari is a believer of the New Rivers vision. So as we are transiting, wherever the New Rivers vision is focusing, anybody who believes in Odiari must stand by the New Rivers vision.
Also speaking, President General of GDI, Bright Amaewule, said members of GDI and the PDP will continue to remember late Princeville for his contribution to the development of GDI in Asarotoro local government area.
Odiari was one man that came from the Calabari axis of Rivers State and said, look, Rivers State must have a change of government for the betterment of the people. and to the extent of the support and the commitment you show to the party, the People's Democratic Party. All that led us to our first victory in 2015, our second victory in 2019. But unfortunately, Ojare is no more there. Well, let me say to his immediate family, to the people of Asara local government area particularly, to the people of Calabari ethnic nationality, Rivers State, and the world at large, we will never forget somebody like late Chief Honorable Prince Will Odiare. Wherever he is, let his soul rest in the bosom of the Almighty God.
Also, Secretary General of GDI and Chairman Ikure Local Government Area Samuel Wanosike urged members to continue to support the good works of the late Odiare Princeville.
I want to thank all of you for finding time to come. As you leave here today, if you will not remember anything, for the sake of Odiare's memory, remember that 2023 is a day of destiny with all of us. Go out there and get your PVC card. GDI is grassroots. We believe in the development of the grassroots. And our grand patron, Chief Ezebon Nyesom Wike, believe in touching the life of the grassroots people. And Nigerians have seen clearly what he is doing in Rivers State. And we believe, by the grace of God Almighty, if he is given the opportunity to manage the resources of this great nation, Nigeria will be a better place.
Meanwhile, the PDP chairman in Rivers State, Ambassador Desmond Akawon, said memory of late Odiare Princeville continues to live on. Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the high point of the event was the inauguration of a special foundation in honor of late Chief Odiare Princeville. Still ahead, striking resident doctors call for removal of 2 ministers. Stay tuned. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, says no doctor or health worker in Nigeria is owed their monthly salary. The minister said this yesterday while meeting with the leadership of the Joint Health Sector Union, JOHESU, in Abuja. He, however, said that the money which the federal government owed few doctors and other workers was the 2020 COVID-19 allowance, besides the arrears of the consequential adjustment of the national minimum wage and skipping allowance, which cut across other sectors. But President of the Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors, Uyilawa Okwayesui, has insisted that arrears of resident doctors must be paid, among other demands, if the government wants the strike to be called off.
The biggest problem we have is from the Minister of Labour. I can tell you that if I go back to my members and they ask for just one person and we'll call off the strike, we'll ask for the Minister of Labour to be removed and we'll call off the strike. Not concerning the no work, no pay, and any other thing he has done. For feeding Nigerians and the presidency lies. He comes on air regularly, misinforming Nigerians when people are dying. Is the chief reconciliator of the federal government. What has he reconciled? ASU is threatening to go on strike. JOHESU is threatening to go on strike. MBCAN is threatening to go on strike. NMA is threatening to go on strike. Virtually all sectors in Nigeria wants to go on strike.
In business, the group managing director of the NNPC, Mele Kyari, has assured Nigerians that the corporation is working with relevant agencies to ensure that the price of gas is affordable. Kyari told newsmen that the supply mechanism of liquefied petroleum gas is very weak and they are working towards increasing the volume supplied to the domestic market. In entertainment, Big Brother Naija Shine Your Eye ex-housemate Tega has reunited with her husband after her eviction from the show on Sunday. In a video, the duo was seen clinging to each other in a long hug as they met for the first time since his wife's eviction. They also shared a passionate kiss. This comes shortly after she openly apologized to her husband and Nigerians in an Instagram video, stating that she takes responsibility for her actions. In sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have beaten the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde 2-1 in the World Cup qualifiers in Mindelo. Victor Osimhen's strike and Kenny Rocha Santos' own goal helped Nigeria come from behind to beat Cape Verde in their qualifying game.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Reports say at least 17 patients have been killed after heavy rainfall caused flooding at a hospital in Mexico's central Hidalgo state. A river burst its banks and water then cut the power supply at the hospital in the town of Tua. Some of the victims were COVID-19 patients who were being treated with oxygen therapy. On the news this morning, you heard that the PDP governors will meet today ahead of their NEC meeting. President Muhammadu Buhari is giving new marching orders to service chiefs. Nnamdi Kanu has sued the federal government and others over alleged violation of his human rights. 5 passengers have reportedly been kidnapped along the Bonny-Port Harcourt waterway. On the foreign scene, reports say at least 17 patients have been killed after heavy rainfall caused flooding at a hospital in Mexico's central Hidalgo state. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. For more stories, visit our website at www.nigeriainfo.fm. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Good morning and thank you for your time.